I was standing in the school parking lot waiting to pick up my children when my husband called. The helicopter he was in had been shot down in Iraq, but not to worry because he was okay. This was not the first call I'd received like that. Between knowing he was being shot at and close calls with IEDs, this was just another day of swallowing my fear and doing my best to keep my life normal for our children. My life consisted of holding my breath during notification hours, a never-ending stream of memorial services that made me feel heartbroken and grateful at the same time, and living under the constant fear of losing the love of my life while trying to hide that weight from my children. What I didn't know at the time was despite my best efforts to protect them, my children were carrying the same weight. They told me later of a fear they had every time the phone rang in their classroom, that it might be a call to tell them to come to the office because their dad had been killed. This is the reality of military life. In addition to your struggles, you have to navigate questions from those around you who say things like, "You're used to this. You know what you signed up for." I had no idea what I signed up for, and I'm not sure anyone gets used to war. Or when you're having a bad day and your husband calls and you let him have it because you're just mad at him for leaving you to do life on your own. I remember sitting in the garage putting bikes together for Christmas by myself. I was very frustrated and angry when my husband called and I let him know it. Then he tells me that there was an IED strike and not everyone was okay, but he was. When I told my friend about the conversation, she replied, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that." As if I didn't feel bad enough, the guilt and the stress of one conversation can be overwhelming. Military families experience similar stresses and trauma on the home front, while soldiers deal with theirs on the battlefield. But our stress is intertwined with theirs and is often overlooked. Combat is only one aspect of military life. The families are under constant stress. They move every 2 years. We are not looked after by the military. We have to find new doctors, dentists, schools, help for our children if they have any form of disability, a new community, new friends, the list goes on. We really have to get comfortable being uncomfortable and undervalued. I pushed everything that was uncomfortable away for a long time. I thought I made it through our military life resilient and unscathed. I had pushed so many hard feelings away that I could hardly feel anything. It was becoming apparent something was wrong. My family and my friends noticed before I did. It took some time to find help, but when I did, I was diagnosed with an operational stress injury and a moral injury caused by prolonged high-stress fatigue, or as I call it, living with war on the other end of the phone. I tried many different things, but found talk therapy and yoga were what worked for me best. It took a long time for me to recognize my own injuries, and I'm acknowledging it will take time for me to heal. Battlefield injuries don't just happen on the battlefield.